Hello all, have you ever wondered how was Israel financially or economically established? The land lay barren, arid desert stretched as far as the eye could see. This was Palestine before the birth of a nation. But even in this desolate landscape, a dream was taking root. Fast forward to modern Israel. Bustling cities pierce the sky, fertile fields yield bountiful harvests, a stark contrast from its humble beginnings. How did this remarkable transformation take place? Behind this modern marvel lies a story of economic vision, a story of tireless dedication and strategic planning, a story rarely told. This is the untold economic story of Israel's founding, a story of how a nation against all odds built an economic powerhouse from the ground up. Every nation has a founding story, a tale of visionaries and struggles, of dreams pursued relentlessly. Israel's story is no different. But behind the political aspirations lay a crucial element, a solid economic foundation. Without it, the dream of a nation would have remained just that, a dream. This is the story of the pioneers who dared to dream, of the strategists who laid the economic groundwork for a nation yet to be born. Join us as we delve into the untold story of how Israel financed its future, how it transformed barren landscapes into a thriving nation. Theodor Herzl, a name synonymous with the Zionist movement, the visionary leader who dared to imagine a Jewish state. But Herzl's vision went beyond the political. He understood that a nation needed more than just land. It needed a strong economic backbone. In his novel Altneuland, Old New Land, Herzl laid out his vision. He envisioned a Jewish state that was not just a haven but a thriving economic powerhouse. He believed in a mixed economy, one that combined private enterprise with social responsibility, a land where industry and agriculture flourished side by side. The year 1897. The First Zionist Congress convenes in Basel, Switzerland, a pivotal moment in Jewish history. It wasn't just about political declarations, it was about laying the economic groundwork for a future state. Institutions were needed, institutions that could turn aspirations into reality. The Jewish Colonial Trust is born in 1899, its mission to finance land purchases and settlement activities in Palestine. This was the seed of a national bank. Then in 1902, the Anglo-Palestine Bank is established. It would later become Bank Leumi. Israel's first national bank, the financial gears of a nation were beginning to turn. The year is 1920. World War I has just ended. The Zionist dream is gaining momentum, but, dreams need financing. Enter Keren Hayesod. Keren Hayesod, the Foundation Fund, the financial arm of the World Zionist Organization. Its mission to rally the global Jewish diaspora, to turn their yearning for a homeland into tangible support. From the bustling streets of New York to the small villages of Eastern Europe, the call went out. Jews, rich and poor, answered. Every contribution brought the dream closer. Funds poured in, fueling the engine of nation building. Infrastructure projects, educational institutions, immigration efforts. Keren Hayesod was the lifeblood. Every penny counted, and every pound made a difference. The Jewish National Fund, established in 1901, understood this. Its focus, land. The bedrock of a nation. Enter the iconic blue box, a symbol of grassroots support, a fixture in Jewish homes around the world. Children dropped in their pennies, adults their pounds. Every coin a testament to a collective dream. But it wasn't just about small change. Wealthy benefactors stepped forward, their philanthropy leaving an indelible mark on the land. Men like Baron Edmund de Rothschild. His contributions were legendary. He poured his wealth into agricultural colonies, transforming barren land into fertile fields. The Baron wasn't just a financier, he was a visionary. He saw the potential of the land. He believed in the power of agriculture to build a nation. He didn't just write checks, he sent agronomists, experts who taught modern farming techniques. He invested in infrastructure, irrigation systems, roads, housing. His vision extended beyond agriculture. He financed the development of industries. Factories sprang up, providing employment and boosting the economy. The Baron's legacy lived on in every orchard planted, every harvest reaped. He had sown the seeds of a nation's prosperity. The year is 1920. A new spirit of collective action is sweeping through the fledgling Jewish community in Palestine. From this spirit, the Histadrut is born. The Histadrut, or General Federation of Labor, was more than just a union. It was a vision of economic independence, a way to build a nation from the ground up, brick by brick, worker by worker. The Histadrut didn't just negotiate wages and working conditions, it established businesses, factories, construction companies, service providers, all owned and operated by the workers themselves. Solel Bone, the Histadrut's construction arm, became a powerhouse. It built the roads, the bridges, the infrastructure that connected a scattered community into a cohesive whole. In the heart of the Galilee, a new way of life was taking root, the kibbutz, a communal settlement where land was shared, work was shared, and life itself was a collective endeavor. Degania, founded in 1909, became the first kibbutz, a model of socialist ideals put into practice, a radical experiment in communal living and shared economic responsibility. The Moshav, a cooperative agricultural settlement, offered another model. While land ownership was individual, resources were pooled and cooperation was key to success. These agricultural communities were more than just farms. They processed their produce, manufactured goods, and created a closed economic loop. The goal was clear economic self-sufficiency, to build a nation that could stand on its own 2 feet, to break free from dependence on others. The Histadrut, with its network of businesses, provided employment and essential services. The kibbutzim and moshavim, with their agricultural output, ensured food security. It was a time of hardship, of struggle, of building a nation from scratch. But through collective action, through shared sacrifice, the seeds of a self-sufficient economy were sown. A lifeline from darkness, the Haavara Agreement. The year is 1933. A shadow falls across Europe. Hitler's rise to power casts a dark spell over the continent. For the Jews of Germany, it was a time of fear and uncertainty. But amidst the darkness, a lifeline emerges, the Haavara Agreement, a controversial pact, a deal struck between Nazi Germany and Zionist organizations. It allowed German Jews fleeing persecution to transfer some of their assets to Palestine. How did it work? Jews deposited their assets in German banks. These funds were used to purchase German goods. These goods were then shipped to Palestine, sold, and the proceeds given to the Jewish immigrants. Powering a nation, the spark of industry. The Haavara Agreement, though controversial, provided a much-needed economic boost, but it wasn't enough. A nation in the making needed more. It needed industry. Pinus Rutenberg, a visionary engineer, saw the potential. The Jordan River, a source of life, could also be a source of power. In 1923, the Israel Electric Corporation is founded. Rutenberg's dream takes shape. Hydroelectric plants harness the power of the Jordan, bringing light to homes and factories. The wheels of industry begin to turn. Nesher Cement, established in 1925, provides the building blocks for a nation under construction. Textile mills and food processing plants spring up, fueled by local investment and diaspora funds. The mandates grip economic stranglehold. The British mandate, tasked with governing Palestine after World War I, a mandate that cast a long shadow over the land. For the Jewish community, the mandate brought challenges: restrictions on Jewish immigration, obstacles to land purchases. The economic growth so desperately needed was stifled. Taxation became a burden, regulations a maze to navigate. The British administration at times seemed more interested in control than in fostering prosperity. The Jewish community found themselves in a bind. Their aspirations for economic self-sufficiency were met with resistance. The need for ingenuity and alternative solutions became paramount. Section 2. Shadows and sacrifice fueling resistance, building a nation. The British tried to limit Jewish immigration. They sought to control the flow of people into Palestine. But the Jewish community found a way. Aliyah Bet, illegal immigration, a clandestine operation fraught with danger. Ships carried Jewish refugees to their hoped-for homeland. The Haganah played a vital role in the economic struggle. They established clandestine workshops. They manufactured weapons and civilian goods. Economic realities of 1948. The year Israel declared its independence. War followed, a fight for survival. The nation poured its heart into defense. Victory came at a heavy cost. Resources were scarce. A mass influx of immigrants. The needs were overwhelming. Bonds, reparations, and a future rebuilt. A bold idea took root, an appeal to the Jewish people scattered across the globe to invest in their dream, to help build a future for themselves and generations to come. The Israel Bonds campaign is launched, a lifeline of financial support. From the Americas to Europe, Jews responded. They purchased bonds, providing crucial capital for the young nation. The scars of the Holocaust ran deep. The systematic destruction of Jewish life in Europe demanded justice. West Germany agreed to pay reparations, a controversial decision, but one that recognized the immense suffering inflicted upon the Jewish people. Billions of Deutschmarks flowed into Israel's coffers. Infrastructure projects were launched, industries revitalized. The reparations helped build a foundation for a brighter future. The Negev Desert, a vast expanse of arid land, a challenge to survival. But within this challenge lay an opportunity to expand the nation's frontiers, a solution that would require engineering ingenuity and national will. The national water carrier is inaugurated, a marvel of engineering, bringing water from the Sea of Galilee to the parched lands of the south. The impact was transformative. Fields of wheat, citrus groves, and vegetable gardens replaced the barren landscape. A nation built on knowledge, to invest in education, to foster a culture of innovation. The Technion Israel Institute of Technology, established in 1912, a breeding ground for engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs. Its graduates led Israel's technological revolution. The Weizmann Institute of Science, pushing the boundaries of knowledge. Investment in education and technology yielded dividends. Israel became a global leader in fields like agricultural technology, water management, and software development. The story of Israel's economic founding is not one of grand pronouncements or overnight miracles. It is a story woven from threads of resilience, ingenuity, and unwavering determination. From the barren landscapes of Palestine, a nation rose, fueled by the dreams of its people and the vision of its leaders. It was a journey fraught with obstacles, from political turmoil to economic hardship. The global Jewish diaspora answered the call. Their contributions, large and small, formed the bedrock upon which a nation was built. Challenges were met with innovation. The Haavara Agreement, though controversial, provided a lifeline during dark times. The national water carrier, a marvel of engineering, made the desert bloom. Investment in education and technology laid the groundwork for a future built on knowledge and innovation. The Technion and the Weizmann Institute became beacons of excellence, attracting the best and brightest minds. The story of Israel's economic founding is a testament to the power of human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, even against seemingly insurmountable odds, dreams can be realized. It is a story that deserves to be told, remembered, and learned from, for it holds within it valuable lessons about resilience, vision, and the unwavering pursuit of a better future. Thanks for joining me on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating history bites. Until next time, keep exploring.